February the 4th. Good morning to you. Rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk at 8 o'clock in the morning on a cloudy day. I was hoping to get the chance to go fly today, but weatherman said it didn't look very good. Oh well. What are you going to do? Hope you're having a great start to the day. Yeah, it's not exactly VFR kind of flying day. This is a live look outside at our Tower Cam network in downtown Orlando. Low clouds. We've got some rain showers around. Lowered visibility. Obviously, someone in master control just kind of looking around, moving the Tower Cam. It's it's not the prettiest of mornings. We'll just say that, right? Yeah, it doesn't take a meteorologist to be able to tell you that. All right, out to our first warning live Doppler radar. What's interesting, of course, is it's not like we're tracking a bunch of rainfall. There's a few showers kind of exiting Brevard County this morning. We'll take you in a little closer, see what's doing around Satellite Beach in Melbourne. See those showers exiting the Lake Washington area. Satellite Beach, Patrick Space Force Base out near the Bonita Causeway, getting down through Aurora Road, Babcock Street, and eventually getting over to Melbourne Beach. So little bit of shower activity, not a ton. The bigger thing is the low cloudiness, right? Here's a look at temperatures around Central Florida. 59 degrees in Orlando. It's 63 degrees in Kissimmee. Up into Marion, it's 48. A little chilly up that way. We've got a cold front, and it's part of this storm system, right? So there you go. Look at the chilly air north of us. It's 36 in Mobile, 46 in Jacksonville, 59 degrees in Orlando. So it just kind of depends, of course, on where you are. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. There's that storm system. Winds are going to be turning, and that's going to help to kind of bring us a cooler forecast for this afternoon versus yesterday afternoon. So a few showers, but they're exiting. Then we look at the kind of midday forecast, clearing those skies little by little by little. 62 our high temperature in Orlando, 1 p.m. 64 the actual high temperature for the day. And then things will start to, of course, drop off from there. So little by little, we'll see the sun shine. It's just, like I'm looking out my window right now. There's not sun shining right now. Yeah, it is not what you'd think of as a beautiful day, at least this morning. So let's look at temperatures around Central Florida this afternoon. 62 our high temperature in Ocala, about 64 in Claremont, 64 degrees in Orlando, 62 New Smyrna Beach, 66 in Melbourne. So around town, it's going to be a nice and cool afternoon. It really isn't going to be bad at all. Of course, we had our first Run Disney races this morning. It was the 5K. Did have a couple of showers around, but little by little things are going to be improving, certainly. We've got the 10K tomorrow, if I can find the forecast for it. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Hi, 10K. Tomorrow morning, comfortably cool for folks in from out of town, a little chilly for folks that are from here. Temperatures in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Yeah, it's going to be a nice and chilly race for you. Then we look to the half marathon under clear skies for the 10K. We're mainly clear for the half, okay? Kind of watching a few showers trying to work into the picture. Here's the half. All right, kind of watching a few showers trying to move in. So the slower runners are probably going to deal with a little bit of that on Saturday. And then the full, I think we're going to look better, okay? Maybe at the end there'll be a few lingering showers. Here's a look at the overall weather picture, okay? It's not dry now, but as this storm system and cool front finally clear our area, we will dry out. So later today looking good. But then by tomorrow, we're already watching this rigorous storm system out west of us, and watch how through Saturday, 8:30 in the morning, those storms starting to work over toward the west coast of the peninsula, right? By about 1, 2 o'clock, clearing our area. And basically Saturday is, particularly the first part of the day, a stormy day. And then afterward, we'll clear that out and look much better, maybe a few lingering sprinkles. But as we have talked about for the last couple of days, Saturday is going to be a day we have to watch for that threat for severe weather. Now, we're going to take another deep dive, look at the latest data on it. But Saturday, a level 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms. And because of that, we've called Saturday an impact day. I'm looking to see if we've done any of the graphics yet. So We haven't, so I'm going to do it real fast. That way we can chat about this together. Bear with me. Impact Day, Saturday. Wind. Okay. All right. Graphic is updated. Can I try that again? That's why we're calling Saturday an impact day, because the threats are there, okay? Isolated strong to severe storms. Level 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms, okay? So let's do this. Today is Thursday, so I don't think that our Futurecast, at least our higher resolution grid Futurecast, I don't think it goes out that far. Oh, it does. All right, good. All right. So let's get an idea here, all right? When I see on WESH 2 News sunrise, this is probably what the radar is going to look like. Mostly cloudy skies over top of us, but north and west of town, we'll be watching those downpours approaching us, all right? Watch how through time, 6, 7, even about 8 o'clock. So we'll be watching these storms move in. I'll tell you right now, I love to do coffee talk 7 days a week. But in the event that there's the threat for strong to severe storms, we may have to forego coffee talk and just I mean, in the event that it's severe and I'm having to be on TV, I should say. We would have to forego our individual coffee talk and, do that whole thing, the TV thing. So 8 a.m., Futurecast is showing, the higher resolution Futurecast is showing these storms marching in, okay? Now, to me, this is good because it gets cleared out early. 9. Notice, though, I mean, you've got some deeper brown, like deeper red shades. That's Futurecast's way of indicating some strong storms. 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 o'clock, clearing out. So interesting, Futurecast is really going pretty quick through the clearing phases, okay? Interesting. Let me look just briefly at this is a separate version of Futurecast. This is our lower resolution grid. I'm just curious if its timing is about the same. So the lower resolution grid's a little slower. But the low resolution grid goes further out, right? So like we can look at this lower resolution grid and already see our next storm system after that, but one at a time here, one at a time, okay? So anyway, so we've got Saturday as our next storm system day, right? All right. So think of it as, the models are really saying morning through night, but it just depends on exactly where we go. So biggest threat from this looks for now like it's going to be straight line winds and isolated tornadoes. Now, we did this yesterday. We looked at all of the different model parameters, and we're going to do the exact same today. So let's start off by looking at our SIPS product. And for those of you that are unfamiliar, the SIPS product... The SIPS product is a way to visualize kind of the potential severe weather parameters, right? So it's still indicating that. It's still indicating that threat for Central Florida. When I kind of isolate winds, there's the wind threat. So highlighting Central Florida. When I isolate the hail threat, not isolating Central Florida. When I highlight the tornado threat, it's showing it. So straight line winds and tornadoes look to be the bigger concerns, right? All right, so there's that. Now, let's do this. Let's take a look at the model soundings together. Let me just refresh this. All right. Let's see. All right, so 60 hours. Switch over to the GFS. We'll go to 57. And we'll do KMCO, which is Orlando International Airport. All right. And if you're unfamiliar, if you're new to Coffee Talk, this is a product. You can get it. It's free of charge at pivotalweather.com. All I've done is I've clicked the GFS, running the current run of the GFS, and what it's doing is it's giving me a future kind of look, hodograph, skew-T sounding, and it just kind of lets me look at the parameters for severe weather, all right? So it's a Saturday at 9Z, so this is early Saturday morning. The environment and atmosphere that this storm system is approaching in Central Florida, all right? Couple of things. First off, a little bit more shear with height. Like, notice right off the bat here, and I'll enlarge it just so that you can see here. Whoop. All right, so a little more shear with height. So we're starting with kind of a southeasterly wind. You see that wind bar. See where it says SRW? Look just above it. It's like a southerly wind. And then as we go up in the column of air, it's shifting from a southeasterly to more of a southwest to like a westerly. And then we've got a little bit of a jet streak with height. All right, so we see that there. In terms of temperature and dew point, we don't see the goalposts. All right, air temperature at that point should be about 66 at the surface, dew point of 64. So we've got some drier air at about the 850, 700, 500 millibar. So, there's not like a huge... Remember what we learned yesterday when we were looking at sounding data from 1998's tornado outbreak is that the goalpost is really what you look for when you look for severe weather parameters, or at least a big tornado outbreak. All right, so let me just kind of resize this. So we can look at it as a whole together, because now what I want to do is I want to take it through time. All right, so that's early Saturday morning. Later Saturday morning, there's shear. There's less shear as it approaches, but there's shear, and there's such a moistened air mass that it really looks like it just wants to be some good rains. That's 12Z, so that's 7 a.m. This next one, clicking right now, this next one is about the time that the storms move in. I mean, there's definitely some wind upstairs, but that's a very moist air mass. Warming up a little bit. It doesn't look like a ton of severe weather parameters. It's a little bit, but not a ton. Same thing there. That's 18Z. It should be raining. It's marginal. Yeah, I mean, I see some wind upstairs, but the shear calms down. So the very beginning of it would be the time where there's tornadoes. Otherwise, you're looking at just like some wind gusts. So as I mentioned yesterday, to me, it's like a very marginal severe weather kind of setup, which the Storm Prediction Center agreed with, and I gotta love that. And that's why they issued the level 1. The technical term for a level 1 risk for strong to severe storms is a marginal risk for strong to severe storms. That absolutely looks to be the case. So that's where I'm at. There's a low-end threat of, just in my analysis, low-end threat of tornadoes, lowish-end threat of wind gusts. But there's some energy, right? If we look at, I'll just dial it up right here. If we look at the atmospheric energy, so to speak, it's not there a ton, but there's some energy in play to give us the opportunity for wind gusts, right? That's on Saturday. So if there's decent gusts, this is basically wind energy at 850 millibars, so above the surface a little bit. But if it's there and it translates down to the surface, then you've got that. If we look at our beta futurecasts, we've got all kinds of different severe parameters here. And let's just start off with the thunder, which should be there. I mean, it's not even showing much in the way of thunder and lightning. Hail, I would imagine it's not going to show much. Yeah, it's not showing it. And as far as rotation goes, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of an opportunity, but not much. There's a little bit of rotation in the atmosphere, but not much. So yeah, I think marginal is the right call from the Storm Prediction Center. We're calling it an impact day just so that everybody's paying a little additional attention. I'm not scared of this. You shouldn't be scared of this. Florida gets storms. It's just going to be one of those days. All right. That's kind of where we're at. So weekend forecast as a whole doesn't look too bad. Just have to watch for some of those storms. All right. I'm back. Phone rang. This is Coffee Talk. Millie, that's okay. You got to do what you do. All right. So there's your weekend it's Thursday, so we got to look at the weekend forecast. So there's your weekend forecast. A few lingering showers into Sunday, but it really shouldn't be too bad. All right. All right. So pause. Questions, comments, concerns about that? Anything at all? We are definitely looking moist. Yeah, it's true, Mike. It's a nice soupy air mass. And then, in addition to this Saturday one, as I kind of alluded to a bit, what's kind of interesting is, so watch the model here through time, and there's the Saturday storm system. Watch what happens. So a couple of showers. I'll just back it up a little bit because our high-res grid doesn't go. But like Sunday could have a few showers as well. Nothing expected to be strong. Then look what happens into Monday. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, another storm system moves through. Yeah, so we've got some, we've got a pretty quick opportunity for storms. Thomas, is asking maybe an outbreak. I would not expect that, sir. We talked a lot about this yesterday. The sounding data, at least based off of the computer models, the sounding data is not indicating, and of course, I'm going to want to go back and check this out. This is about the best sounding that we have to look for severe weather, at least based on, this storm system. It's not. There's really just not much. So what I'd like to do then, and I showed this yesterday, but, for funsies, I'm going to do it again. 1998, February 22nd to the 23rd. XMR. Okay. So I did this yesterday, and what I would like to do... GIF. Ooh, a Stuvie diagram. Gross. 22. Was it the 23rd? What was it? When? Hold on. Oh, that's January. I'm like, that's February is what I'm looking for. Okay. So what? You see that top left? Let me just isolate it to show an apples to oranges thing, because I want you to know we are not looking at an outbreak. Okay, this is what's referred to as a skew-T diagram. All right, and I explained. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it like I did yesterday, but that is what's for Saturday. You see how the red line and the green line are pretty close together? That's a pretty soupy air mass. Okay. Copy image address, paste. This is the 1998 tornado outbreak sounding. You see that huge goalpost at the bottom? That is a tornado outbreak. Huge difference between soup goalpost and no goalpost. Right? Big difference. You could also look at the shear on the bottom right corner here. You see how it starts at the very bottom. It's like due east at the surface, and then it instantly shifts to like a southerly, and then it instantly shifts to a southwesterly. That's significant shearing with height back in 98. Whereas we look here, and this weekend's setup is like southwest, southwest, west. So this is not at all, this is not looking like that. Okay? Could crazy things happen? Mother Nature always loves throwing crazy. But I'm just telling you, looking at the data, this is not one of those red alert, caution, dangerous. Now, things can change, so we have to watch, right? But I'm just telling you, from the indications that we see, the Storm Prediction Center has done a great job on calling it a low-end threat for severe weather. I think that's what it will be. That's why Saturday is highlighted with the yellow triangle icon, letting you know, hey, there may be something a little stronger there. But it's not like the red. We can go red and get it all scary looking, and if need ever progresses, that's what we do. But it doesn't look like that's the case right now. All right? All right? Yeah. All right, so that's Saturday. All right? Questions about Saturday. Then I'll look ahead to our Tuesday storm system and see. Mickey says, can you look at the sounding data for the next week's storms? Looks like, to me, a non-meteorologist, that there's a little more oomph to the atmosphere. Yeah, we can look at that. We can look at that. And there's definitely some atmospheric energy to that second one. But before we do, I want to take questions. So if you've got questions, I'm not going to say I have answers, but I can try. I can try. That's all I can promise. Oh my gosh, these kids are absolute beasts. Does anybody want a couple of kids? They're free if you want them. Anything about Saturday? I want to start with Saturday just because that's the one that's coming through on a weekend, right? Sentimentios. Good morning to you. How does Monday look for Disney? A few showers, not too bad, right? All right. So that said, we did discuss kind of the second storm system. So let's take a look at the at the future cast that goes further out, and this is going to be an interesting little bugger here. Because the atmosphere is going to, I think, give us a whole bunch of moisture. This is Monday, 7 p.m. Watch how it kind of just regenerates and throws another area of low pressure. And we could end up with a little bit of a jet streak Tuesday afternoon of next week. All right, so it's a little early to get into the specificity of it. But Tuesday afternoon of next week, I'm thinking is probably going to be Tuesday into Wednesday. It's probably going to be another situation where we'll have to watch for a threat for severe weather. So let's take this, the same, severe weather parameters that we've been looking at, and let's go beyond, and let's go look at, let me just get this sized correctly. All right, so that's the GFS. So just comparing. So that's the GFS. We're just going to go, I think it's like 1 hour, let's see, 100. So this is valid Monday. All right, that's valid Monday evening. Nice moistened column of air. Go through time. Did I break it? I think I broke it. Hold on. Of course I did. It knows I'm live. Oh boy. Of course I broke it. It's broken. That's fun. Let's see if I do this. If I do it in another. All right. Give me 2 seconds to get it reset. GFS. And it's like hour 108. That's Monday, hour 132. Okay, there we are. Hour 132. Get you to load. KMCO. All right, let me get it sized so that you can see it. All right, so right off the bat, like that is a better that is a better setup for severe weather right off the bat, at least based off of the American GFS model, right? Like right off the bat, look at it. It's not like a home run of goalpost, but like right off the bat, you've got more shear. Not more shear. You've got more kind of like a depression of temperature and dew point. So you've got a dry level, right? Yeah, you've got some shearing. You've got some wind upstairs. So this is Wednesday. This is Tuesday night. That's into Wednesday. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Remember, this is model guidance, so you've got to kind of look. But yeah, there's a big dry level upstairs. So it's the big question is, what do the dynamics look like? The wind direction is, we're not looking at shear, and at this point, it's more, the cool front's pushing through, which is why you've got the drier upstairs. But what you're looking for is before that wind turns. So when you're getting shearing with height, so we have to back it up, and it's like right here, south wind to southwest wind. There's a little bit of turning there. You've got a little bit of a little bit of that goal postage. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But to me, I'm looking more of a Tuesday late severe weather thing. Like when you look at the 7-day forecast, the bigger storms right now are kind of Wednesday, but to me the dynamics are a little more there into Tuesday late, right? So we'll see how this all plays out. It'll be interesting. Right? It'll be interesting. But that's for next week. For this weekend, we're looking Saturday afternoon. So Anna's asking, do you think the half marathon will be canceled? No, I think it will not be, because I think that this stuff comes in after most of the racers should be done. All right, back to your comments. My apologies. I broke the sausage. I know, right? I broke the model. The model is just like, I give up, bro. I'm not even trying anymore. Why severe weather in winter? Energy from where? Well, Terry, this is the time frame. Winter into spring is usually when we get that atmospheric energy, especially during El Nino years, which we are in. Right? Are there any other model? Is there any other models other than GFS that show soundings? So I believe the European does, but I'm trying to keep it fairly simplified, if I'm honest with you. GFS. Actually, the Euro does not. A lot of these, like the NAM and the HRW and the GDPS, a lot of these are shorter range models. So that's where you get into the struggles. But pivotalweather.com is where you can go and you can check those out for yourself. And always, share it, because you may have more time than, look, I'm off of work and I'm trying to do the parent thing. So who's to say that you don't see something that I do? When I'm at work, I'll check it all. But when I'm not at work, I'm just doing the best I can. Karen, when do I work next? Saturday morning is when I'm back on the air. Yep. So I've been enjoying a couple of days, still burning my 2023 time. That's what we're doing right now. All right. Did I miss Saturday for the half marathon? You did miss it. Looks like for the morning it should be fine, but if you're going slow. Oh, it says Sunday. Wait a minute. Did I load the wrong 7-day? You're right. That's why you guys are. Oh, that's my bad. I loaded the PM version. God, I'm sorry, guys. Now I understand why you all are confused and why I'm confused. Holy cannoli, that's why we all got confused. Thank you, Emily, everybody. Yeah, Tuesday's the storm day, not Wednesday. Oh, my God. Thank you. You guys, I'm really sorry. I messed that one up. Can I try that again? Hold on a second. Campeche. I'm like, why did the 7-day forecast have storms on Wednesday? It's Tuesday. Good God. Why did I get that wrong? Whew, okay, here we are. We're going to do this again. So yes, Saturday and Tuesday. Jesus, what is wrong with me? Yeah, take the last few minutes where I was trying to read that 7-day forecast and just throw it away. So Saturday storms, I think the half marathon should be good. Sunday, we may have a sprinkle or two. And, for the full marathon, but I think we're good. I think we're good for most of the Disney races. Then Tuesday's the day that we're probably going to have to look at our next severe weather threat. Saturday and then Tuesday. Jesus, what is wrong with me? I'm like sitting over here. I'm like on autopilot. Jennifer, glad I'm not the only one that was thinking I was losing my mind. No. That's my fault. I take 3 demerits. Oh, man. Ari says, I never understood skew-T charts in meteorology class. Thanks for the explanation. I mean, it was a very basic explanation, Ari. And I'll tell you, one of my college professors, Jeff Habby, has a great website. Theweatherprediction.com is a great tool for you to learn and take a deeper dive into reading skew-Ts. Theweatherprediction.com. All right? I was about to be mad. Game day is Sunday. No, you're good. You're good. Lulu, thank you. It does happen. What do you get? Good gravy, y'all. Okay, so any questions? As kind of what are we looking at here? So Saturday could have a couple of stronger storms. I'll be in the Weather Center. Morning show ends at 8. Coffee talk from 8 to 8:30. In the event that we get into severe weather, obviously I won't be able to do coffee talk. Such is life. So there's that. Otherwise, we'll be doing our thing. Laura says, I hate winter storms. They scare me. I mean, I get it. The winter and the spring storms could have a little extra oomph to them. Morning, Wesh family. Bad storms on Monday, right? No, Tuesday. Yeah. Mickey's asking, does the SIPS show something for next week? It does. Yeah, let me dial that up. 2 seconds. SIPS database. All right, bear with me. All right. So this is the SIPS database. There you go. So there's there's the database for next week. Obviously, yes. There's some severe weather threats. Yeah. Probability of severe, 28.2%. Climatological frequency of severe, 0.92%. So climatologically, low chance, but probability due to the kind of factors. And as far as the dynamics go, wind, yep. Hail, nope. Tornado, yep. So there you go. All severe. And I always like looking at the pixels and contours. It kind of gives more of a story. And it's kind of showing a little bit of a maxima, if you notice, in our area. So, yeah. The SIPS is a pretty cool little feature. It just kind of helps to go out and give severe weather guidance. So, yep. As long as I'm in the house, storms don't bother me. Oh, me either. Yeah. All right. Anything else? That 2%, though. I know, Gene, exactly right. Yeah. Computer models are guidance, not gospel. But when we look to the correct 7-day forecast, Jesus, what is wrong with me? When we look to the correct 7-day forecast, you've got your Saturday, and then you've got your Tuesday. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? I usually want rain, but not on Tuesday. We'll see how... It looks like it's Tuesday afternoon, if that helps. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? All right, listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. I'll see you all tomorrow morning for Coffee Talk. All right? Sound good?